In this video, I'll help you to decide if you are currently in the right career. It's the first video of a series of 5 videos to help you if you are up and running in your career. So let's get started. My name's David Yeabsley, and I will help you to stay relevant and value for the rest of your working career. This whole channel is dedicated for you to be able to future-proof yourself. Now, if that sounds of interest and you'd like more content, please subscribe, please like the videos, and we can work together in your future-proofing journey. So, we're up and running in our career, perhaps in our 20s, early 30s, and on the whole, things are going pretty well. Could be better in certain areas, but on the whole, it's going well. But I think it's a time when things are going well. It's really important to sit back and have a really good reflection and perhaps some conversations with people. But the first question I want you to ask yourself is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my working career? Now, unfortunately, I need to break some news to you. Unless you've got a brilliant pension provision, or somehow you're going to walk into a whole pile of money, you're going to have to spend perhaps the next 30 or 40 years working and building up enough pension pot for you to be able to retire comfortably. I'm sorry to break that news. So, how do you want to spend those next 30 or 40 years? I would like to spend something, and I have done fortunately, doing something that I've got a passion for. So is what you're currently doing what your passion is? And do you see the vision for the future? Do you see the roadmap to helping you to get there? Plus also, is it the industry that you've still got a passion for? And what's that industry going to be like in the future? Is it something you can develop in? Is it something you can grow? And do you see a future for it? I mean, obviously in our current economic times, there may be certain industries now that won't exist in 5 or 6 years' time. Plus also, think about the company you're with. Is it strong enough and fit enough to survive? Or do I need to make some choices and some, real key decisions? So I've got a few other questions for you to ask yourself as well. If I stay where I am and doing what I'm doing, am I learning and developing and getting enough exposure to build my experience? To there again, help me to get to where I want to do, so I can enjoy what I'm going to do for the rest of my working career and still have that passion. Are there people that can support me and help me? Am I getting enough coaching and mentoring and development? Do I need to continue perhaps digging into my network and get advice? Well, I'd say yes. And say to people, what would you do in my situation? Now, the reason that I talk about this is because I've spoken to a lot of people in similar situations to yourself, that they are starting to find that, the money and the income is pretty good and life's pretty good, and they have some, opportunities to do some nice things. And with that comes responsibilities. Perhaps start taking on mortgages. Perhaps it's relationships that we want to cement and say, right, I want to build that relationship with these people or that person for the rest of my life, or perhaps even starting to build a family if you haven't already. And the thing is with doing that, which is great, but if you end up just staying in your career because the money's okay and not really having the passion for it, but you've taken on these responsibilities and these commitments, to be able to move in the next few years may be quite a challenge. Why? Because you may have hit that level and that may be very comfortable and you're earning good income. But to move into something else, you may not be able to come in at the same level. You may need to go down a level to come up. And if you've got financial responsibilities, as I say, that may not be very easy. So now's the time to have a really good reflection and think about that. I don't want you getting stuck. And this happens to quite a lot of people that I talk to. They get to their late 30s and 40s and, outside of work, got great relationships, great family, and things are good. But they sit there and think, is this really what I want to do? So now's the time to make some decisions and be aware of your environment and which way it's going. So I'd like to encourage you to watch 4 other videos in this series, and I'm going to talk about what those videos are in a moment, just for you to then research and look across the YouTube channel and find those. Now, the first one in up and running in your career is have I made the right choice in my career? So that's going to be the next video that I'd encourage you to look at. The second one after that, how to move job and career successfully. And that's a really interesting video to make sure you always move on your terms. How to decide if the job and career you are in will be prosperous. And that's to think about the company that you're working with and also the market and opportunities for the future. Where's it all going? And the fourth video, which I think is really, really important, how do you want it to be? Work and life. And there's some really good questions for you to reflect on and think about in that. So, as I always say, life is about choices, but we need to make some decisions so we are in the right place so we can make the right choices. Because as I said, if we get stuck, we won't have so many choices. If we plan and think about where we're going to go now, that can help us out for the future. So please, real big reflection time. Talk to people that you respect and can give you good advice. If you want to give me a shout, be more than happy to have a conversation with you. But start thinking about making those right decisions for the right reasons, so in the future you can have the right choices. So good luck on the rest of your future-proofing journey. If obviously need any help, please get in contact and just let me know how you're getting on with it. It would always be great to hear from you.